Hey everyone, this is Dave Cooper, and this is an episode of Her Stories in Housing, where we speak with women in the construction industry to learn about their experiences. And today I'm talking with Clara Childress from James Hardie. Clara, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So tell me, how long have you been in the housing industry?
So I've worked with James Hardie for about 3.5 years now, which is the extent of my experience in the industry.
Right. So how was it as a woman coming into the construction industry? Because you are on the front lines.
Yeah, it was very intimidating at first, I'll tell you. You've got a lot of people who've been in the industry for a long time, pretty male-dominated industry, and if you really couldn't explain yourself, you couldn't speak to the product, you had a really tough time. And that just comes with being able to take the time, learn the product, know what you're talking about, and speak to it clearly. So it took me a little bit to get acclimated.
Right.
But
Now, do you think some of that was based on you being new and learning the information as well as also being a female?
I would say it would definitely go hand in hand. You really have to prove yourself as a female. I think maybe that extra step just to show that you're not that you really know the product. You know what you're talking about. You know the industry. But you know, with time and if you were a new rep as a male, I think you would have some of the same concerns.
Well, you were telling me a story earlier about when you showed up on site with a male counterpart. A lot of times the conversation kept getting directed to the male counterpart, even though you were the one with all the knowledge.
That's right. So several years into role, as I'm training new counterparts that are male, it's pretty common that the questions get directed back. I think the assumption is if you're male, you really have a knowledge that's an assumed knowledge.
Right.
So that happens, but I don't let it get me down. You just kind of keep rolling.
Yeah. Well, does it happen less and less the more you're in it, or is it just kind of a common thing still?
I would say less and less as I become known in my role, and especially in the territory.
Okay.
And that my reputation precedes me as someone who's knowledgeable.
Sure. Has being a woman held you back from doing what you're doing with James Hardie? Now you've taken on another position, right?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
So I've taken on a couple different positions at my time at James Hardie, which is really exciting that they're giving me more responsibility and an ability to learn more about the industry.
Right.
So it has not held me back in my relationship with James Hardie. I think James Hardie as a company is very pro women in the industry. We take the extra steps. We have special groups I was telling you about.
WISH, right? You said WISH?
Yeah. So we call it WISH. It's Women in Sales with Hardie, and it's a group in which we have a platform to talk about some of the things that really represent us.
Right.
Maybe questions, could be anything as little as, hey, what should my uniform be? What's an appropriate uniform working in the field?
Right.
Or, hey, maternity leaves, things that men don't really have to have these conversations about, and how do we have a platform to tell the company what it is that we need that might be different than what our male counterparts need.
And
so
James Hardie listens to you?
They sure do. Yeah, they've made some big policy changes based on WISH, so we're really glad to be a part of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Way to go, James Hardie.
Yeah.
You're on the leading edge of this, so stick with it. So, well, with that said, younger women coming into this industry, would you encourage it?
Absolutely. This is an industry that's growing and changing, and it's exciting and it's fun to be a part of, and it's not going anywhere.
Right.
So I think women being a part of the industry is just going to make it that much more exciting and that much more ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I agree with that. I say in all my videos, I think the more women we have in this industry, the faster, further we will go.
That's
I can never get it right.
That's right.
I believe that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
If you're really only looking at 50% of the population as a talent source, you're truly limiting yourself.
Sure.
In any industry. And so the fact that it's becoming more comfortable and more open to all different ages and genders is a good thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, everyone. Clara Childress, James Hardie. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks
it has been wonderful.
Yeah.
We appreciate your perspective on everything, and we're going to have you back.
I love it.
Maybe we'll get WISH on here.
There you go.
The whole crew.
That'd be awesome.
We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Thanks.